Hello there. So it's been a dramatic week for YouTube creators. People are scared, and naturally I'm going to talk about it because it does affect me as well. So I'm going to talk about two main things in this video. There's one that's really got quite a lot of attention, and another one that's probably equally as scary that isn't getting so much attention. So I'm going to talk about both of them, why I think they're a problem in the worst case, and actually why they might not be that bad in the best case. It's been a little bit of a revelation for me. So firstly, about a week ago, I saw something on Twitter about a change to the YouTube terms and conditions. Oh, I've got an email. Every time the YouTube terms and conditions change, people find something in them to moan about, and everybody worries that there's going to be another adpocalypse and that YouTube is going to collapse in on itself. So the change to the terms and conditions, there's a new sentence which says YouTube may terminate your access or your Google account's access to all or part of the service if YouTube believes in its sole discretion that provision of the service to you is no longer commercially viable. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, what people have taken it to mean is that if your YouTube channel doesn't make enough money for YouTube, they will terminate your account. And you can take this to its logical conclusion, which is that maybe if your YouTube channel doesn't make any money, i.e. you're a very small YouTuber with less than 10,000 subscribers and you can't actually even earn ad revenue, or maybe if you earn less than $1,000 a month from YouTube, YouTube could just decide to terminate your account. So obviously, this is scaring the bejesus out of many small YouTube creators, myself included, because I don't make a huge amount of money from YouTube. I definitely don't do badly, that's for sure. And if YouTube decide that me being on their platform isn't commercially viable, they can just close it overnight. And actually, while I'm on this topic, it's probably all I'm going to say about my channel, really. If they close down my channel, that's it. That's the end. Because I've tried to promote Facebook a bit. People don't like Facebook. I don't particularly like Facebook that much. I'm not going to be able to transition to another account. It took me years to build this YouTube channel. I would be incredibly sad, wouldn't know what to do with myself on a Saturday morning, but you know, I'm not going to upload videos to a platform where nobody watches my videos, because this takes hours of my time. But anyway, back onto the actual story. So, commercially viable. Yeah, it's a very odd general term, and it's scaring people. And apparently the terms and conditions come into effect in December, so everybody's kind of hoping that their channels don't just disappear. Even some of the big YouTubers like Ashens, even he made a joke about, oh, time to set up a Patreon, because this is like slightly scary, to be honest. Now, the hope is that actually the reason they've changed these terms, what they mean by commercially not viable, is if you're a channel that's posting risky content that's costing YouTube a lot of money and legal fees and things like that, or you're posting dodgy sort of topics that could lead them into legal dispute, then you're not a commercially viable channel. I also potentially take it to mean that if you've got a channel where you upload lots and lots of videos and hence cost them a lot in video storage, computer processing time for processing your uploads, that could also potentially not be commercially viable. Unfortunately, this is the nature of terms and conditions. They are sort of purposefully vague and catch-all. So if they were too specific, then they'd never be able to actually enforce them. But they are sufficiently vague that they can essentially do what they want. So they could close their accounts. Would it be in their interest to close a load of small YouTubers' accounts? I think not. I think if they destroyed YouTube and the small creators, then an alternative would pop up. And people have suggested alternative video platforms to me, and you know, I've looked at them. None of them are as good as YouTube at the moment in terms of interface, in terms of searching, even in terms of what you can label on the videos. You know, you want to be able to put decent descriptions with links. You need all that stuff because they really are good ways of running a video service. It's why YouTube is so successful. Now, the pessimistic side of me wonders whether this is YouTube's long-term aim, because they've just been doing a few things, haven't they? God, I'm going to keep dropping this laptop. You know, 10,000 subscribers to make any money. It took me years to get 10,000 subscribers. I hope that YouTube's big grand plan isn't just to have Will Smith and, PewDiePie as the only YouTubers. Please keep it for the smaller ones. But, we'll just see what happens. It's, in my opinion, completely out of our hands. So now on to the second issue, which kind of hit me like a hammer to the head after I'd seen this terms and conditions change, and I sort of panicked a little bit. And that is this Coppa thing. So essentially there's a new law in the States where videos have to be labelled as for young audiences, for kids, if they're aimed at children under the age of 13 years old. And YouTube is taking this quite seriously, and they're making you actually label your videos as for kids. They've even put artificial intelligence in place to automatically detect themes and the content in videos that are aimed or might appeal to young children, and your videos automatically get flagged. Now you might think, oh, what's the problem with that? Well, there are several things that are problematic with that. The very first one is that if your videos are marked as for children, then your ad revenue drops. So essentially they will not put certain types of adverts on your video, and I've seen estimates that your revenue will fall by up to 70%. So that will finish a lot of channels off, as you can, appreciate. So then you think, well, okay, well, how can they prove that a video is for a kid or whatever, and does it really matter if you label your videos properly? Well, apparently it does, because the other threat is that if you don't label your videos properly, I guess it's the American government can sue you for $43,000 per video that you incorrectly label. Now, being realistic about it, are they going to sue every Tom, Dick and Harry who accidentally reviews a Duplo set or something, which is clearly aimed at children? No, they're probably not. I'm hoping that this is reserved for the likes of those, Elsa videos where she's doing unsavoury things. It's those sort of things that are really inappropriate and for some reason aimed at children. I think it is actually just to get good advertising revenue, although I don't really understand that genre at all. So while I think it's much more likely that they'll sue, the serial offenders who are presenting really bad content to children, you can't help but be a little bit concerned about a threat such as that. So then you think, well, do I be overcautious and get no advertising revenue, or do I not be very cautious and risk getting a huge fine? And it's not as clear-cut as you might think, because YouTube actually list the kind of reasons that a video might be seen as for kids, and they don't just include who you're aiming it at. They actually include who it appeals to. So you could film a video and it could accidentally be a hit with kids under the age of 13. It's accidentally really funny to kids or something, and then you could be in serious trouble. And, I think it's quite subtle, actually, what is aimed at kids. When I look at my YouTube demographic, my vocabulary and my style of video and my topic of video seems to appeal, funnily enough, to people between the age of about 30 and 50 years old. That is a surprise, isn't it? But, 4% of my audience are between 13 and 18. Is there a cut-off for this rule? If 1% of my audience are under the age of 13, am I in trouble? Am I going to get in trouble for that? Anyway, the YouTube algorithm did automatically flag about 5 of my videos, a video about a Wilco Blocks London bus set, a few other sort of fake or alternative Lego sets, and I kind of looked at them and thought, well, yeah, they're children's toys, but not really for under the age of 13, and actually I am an adult fan of Lego and my videos are aimed at adult fans of Lego, but in fear I took those videos down. So it's really had quite an effect on me, and it's made me think about the videos that I upload in future. And I've heard a lot of other Lego YouTubers like M&R Productions and Brixar talking about this topic, and M&R was kind of really, he's going to change the direction of his channel a little bit, not ever upload Duplo and Lego Friends, kind of stay away from those things. Seems like, I think he's doing the right thing, but seems like a sledgehammer to crack a nut here, guys. What is going on? This law is going to effectively remove a whole portion of reviews from YouTube. But why? How is a review of the Lego Friends calendar, Christmas calendar, how is that harming children? That isn't harming children. Elsa being intimate with Peppa Pig, that could potentially, conceivably, harm children. So I don't really understand the motives behind these law changes. And, it is pretty damn scary, the effect that this could have on creators. I have actually set my channel to be, I upload content that isn't made for kids because I don't think it is. Let me know if you think it is, because it's other people's opinion, or the YouTube algorithm's opinion, that ultimately I'm going to care about. We shall see what happens. Let me know if you're scared about Coppa and the change to the terms and conditions, or if you think I'm being a whiny prat. Let me know that as well. Thanks for watching this video. Do subscribe if you enjoy my videos, and I shall see you next time for another one.